Imagine a status hearing where the fate of two young girls hinges not on a crime, but on medical stability and family reunification plans. This proceeding addresses the ongoing care and placement of Teresa and Esperanza Botello. The court is reviewing the progress of the children while simultaneously assessing the readiness of their parents.
Myra Rando, she is not present. Mr. Barfield is present with his client Estevan Botello, and Ms. Zavala is present on behalf of the children. All right, we'll go ahead and Ms. Swartz, if you'll unmute and raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear you'll tell us the truth today?
Yes.
All right, you can go ahead and give us an update, and then we'll see if anyone has questions.
Yes, Your Honor. I will start with Esperanza. She is currently in a foster home here in Lubbock. She is doing well. She's in daycare. She's been using her words and naming her friends by their names. She is in ECI for speech therapy and SST. So far, it is going well. They're working on her being gentle with friends and sharing. She did have an ear infection. She's been doing a lot better since she's recovered from that. She likes playing with her toys, coloring, and playing with books. Overall, she's eating and sleeping well. She is thriving. There's currently a plan to move her with a relative here in Lubbock on the 16th of this month, so in 2 days. That's really all I have on Esperanza. I will move to Teresa. She is currently in a foster home in Amarillo. It has been a bumpy road for her. She is doing better now. She's had, I believe, 4 hospitalizations since being moved to that foster home. There's been several instances where she's been leaking CFE fluid. She's had a second shunt put in. There was an issue with that shunt, the port not working, so they had to take her back into surgery and fix that. And then, of course, it started leaking again. She was taken back to the hospital. And then as of recently, on the 29th of last month, they were able to take out one of the shunts, and they did what's called an ETV, or an endoscopic third ventriculotomy. I'm probably butchering that, but basically it's an alternative to a shunt that is supposed to work a lot better for her. And it just helps bypass the blockages. Since they did that, she's maintaining eye contact a lot better. They're not having any issues with her losing, stop tracking. So she's doing a lot better. The only concern that they had was they've pulled her out of going to church and all outdoor activities for 2 weeks just because she was at high risk of infection. Other than that, she's doing really well. She's starting to gain weight, and overall is doing much better. She does have a follow-up this upcoming week to see how that procedure did go. And then for Mom, she has maintained contact with St. Francis. She's doing very well and is doing everything that we're asking her to complete. She's engaged in all parent-child visits. She's doing therapy with Robert Moreno and is doing really well. She's engaged in participating. She is participating in women's group. And Dr. Wilbanks reports that she's doing very well and is engaged in that as well. She is participating in parenting classes, provided certificates of completion to us. She is working and has provided verification of income, and then has stable housing at this time. And last but not least, for the father, he does maintain contact with St. Francis. He was able to move into his own residence that has been seen and is appropriate. He is not currently working at this time. He is in therapy at this time and is doing well. He starts Fatherhood Fire program on the 18th of this month. He will begin BIP on 5/11, and sessions with that will take place every Monday. He is drug testing for us. We did have some concerns with his first drug test, and he was going to be referred for an OSAR assessment.
And may I ask some follow-up questions, Judge?
Yeah.
Okay. And Ms. Swartz, this is only the status hearing, so I'm assuming if parents are engaging in service plans have been developed?
Yes, ma'am.
And have they been reviewed by parents?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I have, Judge.
All right, I've got a question, Ms. Schwartz.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
mean, we have Esperanza here locally, and placement sounds like it's a good placement. I'm concerned, and is it what parents want to have the child placed down in Lubbock? Even, I know, I understand it's a relative, but this makes things harder. So what, Mr. Barfield's shaking his head, and I mean, I just always need to ask that question.
The foster placement is also in Lubbock, Your Honor, where
Oh,
she
is it? Okay. I thought she said that Esperanza was here too.
Esperanza is in a foster home here in Lubbock. We are moving her to that kinship home. Teresa is in the kinship or the foster home in Amarillo. There are plans to move her to the kinship home as well. We're just trying to take it slow. I know Mom requested us to hold off until Teresa is feeling better and that risk of infection is going down due to all those procedures.
Okay, so Esperanza, when you said here, I thought you meant in Amarillo. So she's in Lubbock now, will remain in Lubbock. Okay.
Yes.
With a relative. Then we'll look at possibly getting Teresa there when we get her stable.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Barfield, any questions?
I apologize. I was with my little head. I was thinking the same thing you were, Judge, but I do think I don't have any questions of this witness now.
Okay. All right, then, is father having any visits?
Not at this time, just due to that positive drug test following the adversary.
Okay, that was my question. Is that we're waiting for a negative drug screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Judge, I do think that my client got me some information to the office. I think that he does have a job now. I think and we can get that, and we can get him to make sure that the caseworker gets that information. Just FYI.
Okay. Very good. All right, Ms. Zavala, do you have any questions?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, do you have a recommendation to make?
Yes, Your Honor. Esperanza is doing great at her placement, but it is my understanding that change will happen this week to the family placement. The placement that she's in says, we hope it works well. If anything does not go well, we'll happily take her back. But we anticipate the family placement will be good for both of the girls.
No.
We have, I really appreciate the communication about all of Teresa's needs, because there has been a lot going on, and I appreciate getting all of those updates. And absolutely agree, she doesn't need to go anywhere until she's stable. We're sure that everything's going well with her. But then once that happens, to be reunited with her sister. And I do recommend that all of that continue.
Is her healthcare team here in Amarillo or in Lubbock?
I believe when she has to have surgery, she has to go back to Lubbock to do that. Hopefully we're now in the space where she just needs to sit still for 2 weeks to not get an infection. I mean, they're not going anywhere from what I understand. I mean, they are not leaving the house. And then hopefully there's a window to move her back to Lubbock, and then she will be close if anything further happens.
Right. Okay. That's kind of what I was wanting to know, is if her main medical team was there in Lubbock anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I will continue the children's current placements. I find there's a continuing danger to return the children to parents at this time. I'm going to order the service plans as an order of the court, and I'll see everybody back August 11th of 2026 on a 9 o'clock docket. That's the initial permanency review. And obviously, I don't have a problem with moving placement if we get all the...
This status hearing demonstrates the judicial focus on the best interest of the child, which requires constant reassessment of safety risks. The court uses these reviews to determine if current placements are stable enough for reunification. The judge must find a continuing danger before allowing parents to take custody, ensuring a high standard of protective oversight.
Pieces together there to do that. So, okay. All right. Thank you all very much. Oh, my mother is, well, we're just at the status hearing, so never mind. But sounds
you
like
make-
parents are making good progress and good efforts. So happy about that. All right. Thank you all.
Judge, on this one, I'm looking for shake hands.
All right. I think we've got everybody out of the waiting room that's here for this case, the King case. Okay, then I will call cause number 90295E in the interest of the King children. We're here for a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming, and Ms. Goodman's making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Melinda Powell for the Department of St. Francis Permanency Specialist today is shake hands.
Meredith Graff appearing for Alex Moreno, the father, who is not present. I'm ready to proceed.
Okay, Ms. McGrath, you may need to either speak up or get closer to a microphone or something. You're a little, it's a little hard to hear you, a little muffled.
Okay.
The court has ruled that, despite the parents showing progress, there remains a continuing danger, so the department will maintain temporary conservatorship over Teresa and Esperanza. The children will remain in their current foster placements for now, with a mandatory follow-up hearing scheduled for August 11, 2026, to review their permanency status. In child welfare cases, progress is not always enough for reunification. The court must actively find a continuing danger before changing custody. This means the legal standard for parental rights is extremely high, prioritizing safety above all else during the protective phase. Subscribe now to follow how the legal system protects vulnerable people.